Hey, Shalom, Kala, Yabashim Yashai, Yabashim Yashai, Bashim Kakadas Brakathum, double honors to our apostles, to our elders who rule well, blessings and salutations to you brothers at that teaching and enduring truth, sincerity. Uh, also, I want to say, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Once again, called Lord Yabashim Yashai. This Rocky Mouth of the Nebraska camp. This is GMS, and he pushed to the mark. And I have here today, if you see in the background, that there's an article. It reads Nebraska and South Dakota both declare fuel supply emergencies amid escalating energy crisis. Okay, so this is a perfect storm dealing with Russia and Ukraine. That you got the Mississippi River drying up, not allowing product to make it from north to south, south to north. You also have the railroads; they're going to shit. The coastal lines dealing with the pandemic. Okay, all these things is a perfect storm for what a famine of the land. Okay, and so let's get a precept to start on out. All right, we're going to get into Second Ezra chapter 16. Um, we'll go to 16, verse 19. It says, "Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for a minute." Okay, so double check. But for all these things, they should not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of their scourges. Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case. Even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, and the escape the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy, and the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them, for the earth shall be wasted, and the city shall be cast down. Okay, so we're headed in that time, and it's ironic that they call this a dark winter, and as the saying goes, or really the scripture, the precepts is, um, see here, uh, Matthew 24:20, it says, but pray ye that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day. Okay, because it's a hard thing to go through that winter, man. A lot of Jake complain about how hot it is in the summer, but I guarantee you, you would rather be in the heat than to be in the cold. Okay, the freezing brick cold. All right, and we're headed to that time, and there's nothing that people can do about it. All right, what are you gonna do when they shut the energy off? They say, they say within the article, I believe it's this article or another article that I was reading. Uh, it's got to be this article, man. It's just not. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, oh man, it's not it. I don't know if they moved it around, but they said pretty much that people gonna have to burn their COVID or burn their masks for for heat, man. You know. But I want to read the article. The article says, again, this came out November 9th, 2022. It says Nebraska and South Dakota both declare fuel supply emergencies amid escalating energy crisis. Okay. It says at least two fuel-related emergency declarations have been issued, one in Nebraska and the other in South Dakota. Okay. And how it works is that the energy is expected to go up during the winter, okay, which is why you have LNG plants, which is liquid natural gas, where they condense it and turn it to air, and then they push it. I forget how they transition it, but they keep the gas in liquid large natural gas tanks, and then they give it to the city. But with all this oil and oil prices going on, they didn't collect too much in the summer when the prices were low. So not only that, you got these wars going on that's affecting the gas prices and affecting the gas productivity. And now you're heading into winter with pretty much a low amount of gas. And they're saying it's a 26 day to 30 day, and we should be okay. We're right there on the threshold. And all it's going to take is one little thing to tip it over. Okay. But let's get back to it. It says, the latter's Chrissy Noem and South Dakota governor issued an executive order providing truckers who haul liquid fuel products with relief from hours of service rules due to extremely low inventories and outages of certain liquid products, including gas, diesel, jet fuel, propane, etc. And also the governor, Pete Ricketts, issued a similar emergency declaration not long after providing relief from hours of service requirement for all truckers moving gasoline and gasoline blends, diesel fuel, oil, ethanol, propane, biodiesel. The announcement came with an explanation that several multiple states, including Nebraska, are experiencing fuel shortages due to high demand for petroleum products. Why is the high demand for petroleum products? Because the crude oil has been affected, meaning that they have to take take the product that they have and use it on to create, because that petroleum is like t-shirts, pens, pencils, all kind of things are used with that. Okay. And now that, you know, uh, um, all this been going on, it's it's uh it's the perfect storm. Again, the Mississippi's drying up. That's your boats, your steam. Okay. Then you have what? The railroads are down. Okay. Now all you got what left is fuel. You got your 18 wheelers and you got your airplanes. Okay. They already said jet fuel is amongst that list. And now they're also adding saying, hey, if you feel tired as a trucker, why they concerned with truckers being tired? Because they know it's going to be a heavy load on the truckers. And then you got the A65 or the truckers protest is going on in Canada and California, which is where most of the produce and cargo ships are. This is just going all pointing towards pretty much an indirect sanction on the citizens, man. Okay, and they could just blame it on, it use the cat's paw and say, oh, it's Russia and Ukraine and Saudi Arabia selling and do this and this and that, and give them excuse to go to war or choose a way to do what any part of their agenda. All right, all the while claiming us as conspiracy theorists. Okay, so it's like, yeah, I'm trying to find where they said they want you to, you know, they want you to burn your mask and stuff for to keep yourself warm, man. I don't know what happened to it, but it pretty much I can't find the that part of the article, but they're saying that you you should burn the mask that you was using. You know what I'm saying? Like you keeping used masks, but at the end of the day, as the scripture says, going into Matthews 24:20 says, but pray ye that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day. Yeah, man, you don't want to be in no jam during the cold, man. You don't want to be, moving house to house. You don't want to be in the time of Jacob's trouble in the dead of winter, okay? Because it's going to be very difficult, okay? And I know Jake hate the heat, but ain't nothing like that cold, man. That's a different animal, all right? More people die in the cold, you know. But yeah, man, we're headed for a dark winter, and that's why it's a beautiful thing to be in the Lord's under the Lord's protection and within the Lord's hedge of protection, because these times that we're headed for, ain't gonna be no ducking this, man. All right, you can't duck the cold. All right, especially you ain't got no heat. All right, you can't duck the cold with no heat. You get as many blankets as you want, but once it hit 10 degrees, 0 degrees, it's getting in there, you know. and then you got to go to work, you know, nah, man, you know, can't even cook. You know, it's gonna be crazy, man. So, yeah, I just wanted to bring this out. Hopefully, it was edifying. Once they call all you about you now, shy about Kokodashi, about you now, shy about you, Kokodashi, about thumb. Shalom.